This is an interesting one we got a lot of requests for, and that is to turn the crankshaft journals in 90-degree increments. The dizziest for an 8-cylinder engine? I can't tell what's causing them. It's like when you start a Zill. Now that's... what a noise. Hey there, fellas. So I've got me a factory crankshaft for a Lada, and with it lying here, you can tell that you've got 2 journals at top dead center and 2 at bottom dead center. And we have gotten a lot of requests to fabricate a cross-plane crank. That would involve turning these 2 by 90 degrees in different directions. And yeah, that's how you do it. That should affect horsepower, and most definitely it'll make for a different engine note. So let's do the conversion and try it out. Big thanks for your support, guys. Your likes, views, comments. As a token of our appreciation, we've prepared an awesome surprise for you. We've collabed with a few professional artists and designers to make 6 posters depicting some of our most iconic builds. And we're giving you the opportunity to buy a digital copy of one of those posters. And at a bargain price, just $2 a piece. And if you order all 6 posters at once, the entire set is only going to cost you $10. After payment goes through, the posters will be emailed to you in high resolution. You can print them, hang them on your wall, or give them to someone as a gift. By purchasing these posters, you will really help support our channel in these difficult times. And the more of these we sell, the more great content we'll be able to make for you going forward. So if you want to support our channel, go ahead and buy a digital download. Links in the description. Cross-plane Yamaha crankshaft conversion on a Lada. What will happen? Translation and voiceover by Be My Russian. So check this out, guys. We're looking pretty good here. We've reconfigured the crank, and now it's a cross-plane type. Just the way we wanted. Now, I think the initial concept was all about reducing engine vibration. I mean, this is something you usually find in some sort of racing application. And our hope is that the car will be quick. So we've sorted the crank. Now it's a matter of securing it, bolting it down well. And bear in mind that this was subject to a bunch of welding. And that can be a detriment, because obviously you're going to get some sort of deformities. That's just inevitable. Welding does that. But we've machined everything. The clearances are where they should be. And from here we're just going to try and remedy any sort of deformities we do identify. And once we finish work on the crankshaft, we'll begin modifying the camshaft. Now that should be interesting, but let's carry on. Check this out, guys. We are slowly making progress. Right here we've got the modified camshaft. And check this out, Exhibit A. That would be the factory cam. And next to it we have the one we reconfigured. Let's get the cylinder 1 lobes into the same position. And from there you can see that all of the other cylinders differ dramatically. The stock cam is not going to work for what we're trying to build. And so we've changed all of the angles so that they correspond with the new crank. And it would seem as if we nailed it on our first try. I don't know, we might have screwed up somewhere, of course, but we did our best to get everything on point. As for the distributor, well, obviously we don't care much about the housing, but this bit, it's rather important. With the type of system we're running, these shrouds, they have to be modified. 2 of them will work with the new firing order, but we are going to have to make some new cuts for the other 2 cylinders. Make sure they're the proper angle. So yeah. So those we'll be modifying. And on top of that, we're going to have to move stuff around in here. It's just that we don't want to reduce the intensity of the spark. I mean, we do want the impulses to be sent to the right contact points. We're going to have to cut a few of them out for further relocation. And once we're done, we're going to be able to try and start the engine. And so let's carry on. So we have assembled the engine, and yeah, the distributor does look a bit weird, with the 2 contact points so close to each other. Anyway, let's try starting the engine. It runs. We're off to a good start. But I do have a feeling that the ignition system isn't quite there. It would seem as if the plug in cylinder 3 is cold. Number 1 is suspect. Number 2 and 4 are hot. Obviously, contact points 1 and 3 are right next to each other. Right. We can try and disconnect cylinder 3. And now let's try... But you can already tell that engine operation is totally different. It's not like a stock Lada at all. You can actually hear that, well... Granted, cylinder 3 is deactivated, but you can actually hear them firing in sequence. The important thing is we got the engine to start, but we're gonna try and think of some way to distribute the spark properly, and then it's gonna be time for round 2. Check this out, guys. We've come up with a very simple solution. This is a distributor for an 8-cylinder engine. So that's all good, and the contact points we've chosen, they're gonna provide spark exactly when we need it. And yeah, I think it's high time we try and start it. Let her rip. Keep going. Okay, so it's running. And stalling. But now it seems to be alright even. All of the plugs are equally warm. We still have to get the cooling system up and running. Fill it up with coolant, start the engine once more, warm it up, and do our best to break the crankshaft. I'm joking. Okay, we've done all of the plumbing, it's all good. The radiator is on there. Shall we start it? Okay, so I'm outside. It's all good. For the time being, I'll take it easy. Didn't even have to press the gas pedal to set off. The revs are a bit high with the engine being cold. But you know what? I can't really tell yet. What if I try second? It just picks up and goes. The moment you step on the gas, you get wheel spin. One wheel or the other is losing grip. Nice. Now let me try third. What's it gonna do? Okay, so it just... I felt a slight dip in the torque. I might want to bring the speed up or give it a bit more gas, but we shall see. Yeah, I think speed is the answer. But then it hasn't quite gotten up to operating temperature. You know, it runs as if it were... a V something. You can't really tell the cylinder count by listening. I mean, we all know how many cylinders this has got. 4, obviously. But trying to work out the number of cylinders that are firing going off of the sound, that's not easy by any means. It's quite a bit punchier higher up in the rev range compared to when you're setting off. Okay, so it has warmed up, and it appears to have... You know, it's not super stable. You can definitely feel vibration. And it's something that resonates throughout the entire car. No matter how much fine-tuning you do, you're not going to get the balance perfect. And let's not forget that we've done quite a lot of welding. The problem is, we don't have the equipment required to balance everything. No worries. What matters is the engine works. I can't tell what's causing them. It's like when you start a ZIL. It's just about as flatulent, you know? Oh, right, it's a ZIL distributor. That explains it. Let's have a listen. Now that's... what a noise. I really like that. This is neat. The engine note is just so... angry. I really dig it. Punch it. Awesome. Such a nice engine note, right? Doesn't sound like a Lada at all. It's like it's got 5 liters of displacement. Yeah, you're right. This sound creates the illusion that this is packing way more than just a 1.3. It's more like you got the full 5. Oh, what just happened? Now that's just... I mean, it runs great. It's got plenty of torque. But it does seem as if the engine isn't quite revving as high as it used to. Let me give it the beans. That noise, man. Yeah, it definitely feels like it doesn't want to rev quite as high. I love how it's operating. So check this out, guys. We've done pretty well here. The engine is missing a set of balancer shafts, and it could really use them. With all of that welding, the vibration is pretty violent, to the point where the shift knob even fell off a couple of times. Now, we did notice at some points we had sparks flying, and the reason for that was a crack in the bell housing. Yeah, we broke the gearbox bell housing. I highly doubt that had anything to do with excess horsepower, but vibration can do that to you. But the engine was pulling fairly well. But what I really liked was the noise. It was simply amazing. Yeah, guys, we're looking at a 107% success rate. And that's it for this video. Catch you guys later.